Alola trainers, this is GatorEX, and today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 ugliest Pokemon revealed for Sun and Moon so far. Now if you remember the other day I did do a top 5 cutest Pokemon, so it only makes sense to balance it out by talking about the ugliest Pokemon. The same rules apply for this video. There will be no data mine spoilers, and this will be 100% my opinion. I actually like a lot of these Pokemon, and I tend to like a lot of ugly Pokemon myself, including Garbodor and the likes. So if a Pokemon that you like ends up on this list, just remember there's nothing wrong with liking an ugly Pokemon. So the first Pokemon on this list is Brooksih. Now when Brooksih was first leaked, a lot of people were saying this can't possibly be a Pokemon, it looks too weird, too bright, too ugly, and I was actually thinking, you know what, I think this is a Pokemon, I hope it is, and the next day, lo and behold, it was. Now Brooksih is supposed to be a beautiful fish, but it has so much going on that it comes off as ugly, with the huge lips, the really odd pink, yellow, and blue color scheme, and then just how many spots it has and how many fins and everything that's going on in the design just kind of makes it a little uglier than it should have been. Again, I do like Brooksih myself. That's why it's so low on the list, and I get that it's supposed to be beautiful, but somehow comes off as being ugly, and I'm hoping that's what they were going for originally. What I love about Brooksih is that it's so unapologetically bright and tries way too hard to be beautiful that it bounces back and becomes ugly, but then becomes even more beautiful in its own ugly way, if that makes any sense. I actually do think Brooksih has a great typing and a really good ability that I can't wait to try out, being able to stop all priority moves by being just so dazzlingly ugly and beautiful all at the same time. Next is a Lowland Persian. Now, a Lowland Persian has been the center of so many memes ever since it was leaked in the data mine and then officially revealed about a week later. The reason that so many people just do not like a Lowland Persian is because its face is so round and so fat, I guess. A Lowland Meowth was a great step up to regular Meowth, but a Lowland Persian to regular Persian really seems like a step downward, like maybe even 5 steps downward. The point of a Lowland Persian is that it's supposed to be a spoiled cat, and I've seen spoiled cats before. This definitely is one of them. Really, I don't even think a Lowland Persian's design is that bad. It's just, a fat cat. It's just that the fact that we had the original Persian, and original Persian looked pretty good, and there was already so much fan art done for what a possible Lowland Persian could look like, and then we get just a round cat. The thing is, it actually gets some good abilities, maintaining its technician and actually getting fur coat, which we've only ever seen on Furfrou before, so I think this could be useful, and I'd definitely like to try one out if I can get over the fact that its face is so round. I mean, looking at this thing from the side doesn't do it justice either. It looks like somebody dragged and dropped this giant round head onto a regular Persian and then just colored it gray. But at least this thing will spawn so many more memes within the next few weeks. Next up is a Lowland Raticate. That's right, 2 Alolan forms back to back, and it follows the same formula of taking a Generation 1 Pokemon, making it Dark type, and making it a bit fatter, except that a Lowland Raticate just goes all out for the fat. The funny thing is there's actually a story reason for this, the fact that a Lowland Raticate living in the Alolan environment are able to get more food and actually change their social structure to make the Rattata bring food to them. The funny thing is regular Raticate was actually pretty fat already, but then they decided, you know what? This rat could be a lot fatter. I mean, seriously, the cheeks on a Lowland Raticate are absolutely crazy. I used to have a hamster, and even the hamster didn't have cheeks like this. These are just nearly perfect spheres. It's almost like he's hiding 2 coughing within his mouth. Honestly though, it looks like a Lowland Raticate just woke up from hibernation. The point is, taking a rat and making it fatter doesn't make a new Pokemon, it just makes a fat rat. The next Pokemon is Abbulu. Now, if you watched the last video, you would know that I put Tapu Lele somewhere on the list, but Abbulu, it really does not appeal to me at all. At first glance, I had no idea what to think of this Pokemon. The horns are very oddly oriented, it has a nose ring and a very small nose, it has bull hooves but for arms, and then it has a cowbell at the very bottom for a tail, but also makes it look like it's a genie coming out of a lamp. I obviously get what they were going for with this Pokemon, and I would love to try it out with the Grassy Surge ability, but as long as I don't have to look at this thing in the face, I should be fine. I mean, all of the other Tapu Pokemon look great, but Abbulu just looks really weird. Since it takes a quadrupedal animal and incorporates design elements from that into a floating totem, it doesn't come off as looking that great. And then the last Pokemon on this list is Turdinator. At first, when Turdinator was revealed and people were making fun of it, I was kind of like, no, this Pokemon looks cool, guys, you don't know what you're talking about. But then as more and more was revealed and the more I looked at it, I realized this thing is not a pretty sight. Most turtle Pokemon that we've gotten in the past look good, but Turdinator just looks very odd, having its really long nose and its awkward looking face and the head. Now I get that it takes inspiration from lots of different things. I know the head is inspired by a kappa, I know that the nose is inspired by an actual turtle that looks like that, but in execution, it doesn't look the best. I mean, this Pokemon's so ugly, it can't even face you directly. It turns around and shows you its shell, which looks a lot better, and he hides his weird nose thing, and what is with that smile? Its color scheme is also pretty good, except for the weird beige-ish parts that are its actual body. It almost is a flesh-colored tone, and in a way makes it look like it's wearing really short pants with this huge shell thing. I don't know if you see that. For some reason I see it, but okay, we're getting weird here. Anyway, Turdinator should just go ahead and hide in his shell, which does a lot more damage anyway. Congratulations to the ugly barnacle of Generation 7. Anyway, that's been it for the top 5 ugliest Pokemon for Sun and Moon. Let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. And again, I do actually like all of these Pokemon. I actually do really like Turdinator and would like to try it out. And I actually like Brooksih the most out of these 5 Pokemon I mentioned. If by chance you happen to like any of these Pokemon, let me know down in the comments. Be proud, be ugly and proud. More SpongeBob jokes. Also, if there are any Pokemon that have been revealed for Sun and Moon so far that you think are ugly but didn't end up on my personal list, let me know. Maybe I'll end up agreeing with you, but maybe they just didn't make it past these beautiful candidates here. Also, while you're down there, remember to leave a like, and if you'd like to stick around, go ahead and subscribe and enable notifications so that you'll be notified of each upload as it comes out. Anyway, we've got less than 2 weeks to go until the release of Sun and Moon. Let me know how hyped you are, and let me know how many of these ugly Pokemon you are going to end up catching and using on your team. Me personally, I'm looking at quite a few of these as possible candidates for my team. Anyway, this has been GatorEX. Have a nice day.